What is going on, folks? Welcome back to another video. So today, as I'm speaking to you, is Wednesday the 28th of July. We are over 2 weeks after the competition, and in this video I just want to sort of reflect over the competition a bit more, discuss a few things, my future plans, and just another couple of things I've kind of had on my mind. And it's going to be almost like a bit of a podcast. We've got some training footage in front of you, just so that it's not just like me sitting on the couch, and it's something a bit different. But like I said, I just want to sort of reflect and talk about my sort of goals. So sit back, relax, we're just going to have a chat. Probably be a bit like a podcast, if I'm honest, just with some training footage over on YouTube. But reflecting on the competition, now that it's been a while after, I have to say, like, obviously I'm proud of what I've achieved. I will put it on screen, but I have officially broken the records. I actually ended up breaking 4 records. The under 93 junior total in both classic and equipped, and the squat in classic and equipped as well, which is very cool. But even the day after the competition, literally right after, I was thinking about it, and I am happy with how I did, adding 60 kilos on my total. It's great progress, all this stuff, but I was actually disappointed a bit with how I performed. Yes, I got the 250 squat, that's a record, but when I look back at like the 260, for example, I'm really upset with the fight that I put into it. I know that at least a better 260 attempt was there, and I just messed up. Took a bit too wide of a stance, I think, and it just... stupid mistake. And that is essentially what cost me on the day, obviously with Felix winning. And again, big well done to Felix, like, he deserved it. He performed better on the day. But when I think about it, I feel as though, I should have either, went to like 255 or not, or done better with the 260. I'm just disappointed with the fight. Like, if you almost get it and then you go down, fair enough, but I literally got up a little bit and then flopped. And again, reflecting on it, like, I'm the day after, I was already looking over things, and I'm already itching to get back, like, on the platform. Well, I am itching, but I'm also like, I know it's gonna be a while. Like, I've qualified for the British men's, that was my goal as well, and obviously I've qualified for the Scottish Championships, which I knew I was gonna do, but the British men's, I had to make sure of that. So it's gonna be a while till I'm back on the platform, but I don't know, looking at, I was like, I'm happy with what I did, but now I'm just wanting to go even further. Like, that's, it's done now. And the records I set, they'll be broken. I know there's under 93 kilo lifters out there, junior lifters that are out there that will break it. So it'll probably be a short-lived record, so I'm not really looking too much into it. I'm happy to have broken a record, this short time, I guess, into my powerlifting career, my second ever competition. But, now it's time to look forward, and I'm just not really, I'm not really bothered about the record, if I'm honest. Like, I'm proud of it, but I know it'll be broken soon, and I'm not going to get, like, too caught up in that. It's just about now me looking forward and moving, to my goals within this. And my goals within powerlifting are much further than even just, like, the British men's. I truly believe that I have the capability to compete at a world level. That is my overriding goal. I want to compete in a world championship. IPF Worlds, that would be an absolute dream. I've watched so many of my lifting idols like compete in that, and that to me is like the ultimate. To compete on a world stage would be something I'd be immensely proud of. So that's really what I'm looking to do, and it's going to take years. Like, I'm fully aware of that, but everything on the lead up to that is just like a stopgap. It's just keeping on working towards that, and I'll enjoy the moments on the way, but that's where my head is, and like that's the way it is. And just I guess on top of that, like, the only thing in my head that's maybe going to get in the way of that is the fact that I do want to travel. I've been thinking about that a lot recently, and look, I've worked really hard throughout uni with the online coaching and with M.A.D Fitness, and then I've saved hard, and I've worked really hard to, and the goal with that was always to, one, have enough savings that, like, I had the leeway to go for my dream with M.A.D Fitness and the online coaching, which is luckily, like, I'm so grateful that it's worked out so well. But also to have money there so that I can travel and go and live my dream, I suppose, of being able to travel around the world and document it, enjoy it, and be free in that sense. And that doesn't really help with powerlifting. Like, you're better, being in the same place, training in the same place regularly, making sure you're recovering well, your nutrition's absolutely on point, almost living like a bit of a monk, I suppose, if you really want to get to that level. And I guess I did do that essentially for the last like 6 weeks leading up to the comp. 6 weeks just when I wasn't drinking or anything, which isn't really to me that long a time, and it wasn't that bad. Maybe I'll talk a bit more on that in this video, but that's kind of like the crossroads I'm at. Me and Sophie have talked about maybe going to Australia by like next August if that's possible, obviously COVID dependent, but regardless of whether we go there or not, or I go there or not, I will be traveling a lot next year. I do want to do that, but I may just put that off until after the competitions, like maybe go a few days away here or there, but I mean, like, I have this itch to, and I've talked to like Dylan about it, I've talked to many of my friends about it recently, like to go like full nomad, as I call it, where like, I give up the lease with a flat, I literally just keep traveling, as much as I can, and I'll come back home at some point or something like that. I really feel I need that. But again, that doesn't really help with powerlifting. And in my head, I'm kind of like, right, well, maybe do that after the competition. Like I say, me and Sophie's plan is still to hopefully go to Australia next August. But if that doesn't happen, for whatever reason, then by next August I do want to do that. I want to go like full nomad. I just feel like I need to do that, like, to get out my system, because I've never really done a long period of literally actually just properly traveling. Fortunately, I've been to a good amount of places, but like I feel like I really really want to do that. But luckily, in August, that would be after the British men's and the Scottish Championships, which I do really want to compete in. I want to do really well in. Whatever leads on after that, it'll be interesting to see. But I'm always going to be powerlifting. That's one thing for sure. I absolutely adore this sport. I adore, lifting in general. Wherever I've been, I'm always lifting. I'm always training. I'm always trying to be the best I can. Like you saw in Seville last year, if you watched those videos, even when I was away, I was training a lot. I was dieting at that point, but still, and I was still thinking with powerlifting in mind to try and put myself in the best position possible for that. Recovering from an injury as well and things. So I will always still be lifting. It'll be difficult, but with me traveling about, I'll still be giving it all I've got, and that's it. Like, because it's been a tough year, and I still stand by with COVID and things. I felt really sort of trapped with it. We had plans to travel after uni and stuff, and that's kind of a bit short. And just in general, it's my mental health, I'd say, has been really up and down. I think because I had this goal of like traveling. Like not being able to do it, I kind of was wondering like what I was working towards and what I was like saving for, and I just felt at times I felt a bit lost. Luckily, powerlifting and training has always given me something to aim towards. I've always said that no matter how I'm feeling, I've always had that to keep me going forward in some aspect. And I'm always trying to move forward with the business as well. That's not always easy. Sometimes it goes up and down, but I always give my best. And then I think I've kind of came back to like, I remember during like uni, I always used to say like just keep trying to get a bit better and good things will come. And I've kind of came back to like with the business, for example, I'm just like, look, just keep on trying to improve it. Don't worry about the reward right now. Just keep on improving it. Because I say that like, but I still live a great life, like I do, and I'm always gonna say that. But sometimes I forget that, or maybe I take it for granted, and I don't know. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I want to be the best I can be in every single way. And sometimes that leads me to. I've talked about this before. This is the video where I talked about before I was going to Seville, where I'm just really hard on myself, and I don't see or I don't appreciate the progress that I'm making. But I feel like it's because I know that there's this thing that I want to do with the traveling. So that's kind of like where my head's at. Fucking police going by, shut up. But yeah, I don't know, this is a bit of a ramble, but like I say, my main goal in powerlifting, we're gonna compete in the. I'm gonna compete in the British Championships next year. Definitely, I've always wanted to do that. To do that in what will be probably my third only ever competition is a really cool thing. Then I'll be Scottish Championships. I'll be doing everything to bring my A game to that. Like I say, I'm proud of what I did in that last competition, but I've got a burning fire in me, like a really big burning fire to bring something mega to the next one. And then after that, we'll see. I mean, things can change. You never know, but that's kind of where my head's at. And yeah, I don't know. I think in the past few while, especially leading up to competition, I've not really been. I don't know how to say it. I guess I I was so involved in that, and then like other things that I didn't. I wasn't really focusing on just being happy. I don't know. It sounds daft when I try and actually explain it, but I know that I I've kind of came back to that now. After I came back from London, I spoke to a few people, and I realized like again like what really makes you happy. What do you really want to do? Like give yourself something to aim for. And I know that the traveling thing's something, especially before I get a bit older, and you know maybe I really want to knuckle down or whatever. I want to do that, and I want to. Yeah, that's kind of the main thing, and I just want to come back to like just enjoying my job and enjoying my life, because I guess the past year especially, um, I've just really been so focused on it, and that's not a bad thing. That's got me to where I am. I'm proud of where I am, but I do want to keep moving forward. But I also have to remember to, not be too hard on myself. It's a very fine balance. But I think I'll wrap that up there. Different kind of video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just like I say, reflecting on a lot of things, and I'm kind of using this video for me to like I like using YouTube to like mark where I want to go and make sure like I sort of do it, and to look back at where I was at this point in my life. But yeah, thanks for listening. If you did enjoy this video, let me know. I don't know, it's just something a bit different. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Cheers.